Sort of taking it back to that learner experience and how they're taught through the course, you could kind of liken it to that sort of driving test analogy, I think, a bit, couldn't you? Like, you know, when you do your driving test, you learn to drive a specific way, and then once you qualify and pass, you never drive like that again. And some PT courses, I think, are a bit like that. You know, they teach you the way of qual, want this syllabus to be delivered, which unfortunately is a bit dated. And there's no real sort of application around, the practicalities of being a PT, you know, programming effectively, good nutrition advice, and the actual delivery of the movements, troubleshooting them, regressing them, etc. But then also, like we've discussed over and over, the sales and business skills as well. You know, they might have a basic assessment that they have to do that they're going to get passed on because the sort of service level isn't sort of attentive enough, without sort of, you know, trying to knock our competition too much. We've seen quite a few people go through other courses and come to us having started other courses that have received that sort of experience. So I think what we've tried to do, and I'll let you expand on this, is take those assessments and really build on them to give them real life applicable skills off the back of them.
Yeah, I totally agree. It is the application element, 100%. I mean, I think we've said it previously as well, like with level 2 and 3 qualifications, you can go with a provider and get certified, well, you get your certificate and it says that you're done, or you can go with a provider and get qualified, and you can actually create an opportunity with your qualification to go, I've learned enough that this piece of paper means something, because I can go off and actually start in the industry being confident in what I'm about to deliver. And if you can go in with more confidence, you're going to pick up more clients straight away anyway, because you understand the product, you understand what you can do and how to use that effectively. The application is key, and teaching someone how to apply it with real life situations, and having the tutors and assessors, like we said before, who are doing it and actually being able to give you that help and understanding, so for you to then to be able to apply it. And you're right, the course itself with off-qual and stuff, it is dated, although it has improved, but it is dated to a degree. But ultimately people can go into the qualification, you could go, okay, I'm learning about customer care, and not necessarily even understanding that actually you've got to apply, if you apply these things in customer care. So like we said earlier, making good eye contact, saying hello, going up and approaching them just as it on a human level goes a long way for you to then later on building that PT business.
It feels like you're being taught to suck eggs, doesn't it? But actually applying those simple things makes a massive difference.
Makes a massive difference. And people are like, I've struggled. People, again, with regards to then going into the industry, I'm struggling to pick up clients. Okay, well, when you speak to your manager about that, the manager will say, well, how many people have you spoken to today? None. That, as silly as it sounds, like you say, it is sucking eggs, but if you don't just go and make that first move of saying hello to someone, how do you think you're going to be able to pick up a PT business or a PT client? And yeah, so that's why you're absolutely right with regards to the qualifications that we're trying to deliver, or we are delivering, and we want to deliver even better as the years go by with just the amount of data that we can get with the people on it, is to give them the understanding of that practical application. If you do this, this, this and this, you are 100 times more likely to build a business. And yeah, and that's what you need to learn in your course, not, as you say there, like, okay, you might be able to write a program for one person, but it's just you've just literally filled out a sheet of paper and say, this is what my client wants to achieve, but you haven't even had a consultation. We've had that with the way that we've changed the client consultation element is they have to now be assessed, doing a video assessment of having a conversation with someone, because we want to assess you. We're not just assessing you and your ability to fill out a form, it's your ability to actually converse with that person and go break down what they want to achieve and have that conversation, because you're actually being assessed from our team on your ability to rapport build. We've had people, I know that I've assessed people who I've referred, not because of what they've written on the form, because actually that's been pretty good, but they haven't actually asked their client any real questions or follow-up questions. Like, they'll have a client who said that they've asked about their barriers, and the client said, lack of time because I have 2 kids. I haven't even asked what their kids' names are. Like build that rapport. Like, find out about that person a little bit more. If you do that here in your assessment, and we can assess you on that and improve you right here at the very beginning of your career, you're going to do it far more often when you go into the real world, because actually someone's pulled me up on it and I've had to think about it already, rather than just go, yeah, that was fine. Like you've ticked the box. It's not good enough.
Yeah, and then sort of taking that knowledge, what they're learning in that consultation, they're then working with the same client, aren't they, for the next several modules, where they're then doing a food diary analysis with them. They're then writing a program for them and then delivering a PT session. So all that, what they've learned early on in that consultation process is exactly what they're going to be doing with a real life client, where they're then giving them nutrition recommendations. They're using what they've learned in that consultation to write a program that's specifically for that client's goals, and then taking one section of that program and delivering an in-person PT session to them. We're able to assess them on that entire process, which is what they'll actually be doing when they're qualified as a PT.
Yeah, and exactly right. And that's how the course has been structured, to follow that same applicable process, so that you should be able to do it time and time again. And then it's just the person in front of you, the goals and stuff are going to differ, but the process should remain the same of start to finish, where you're going to do and what you want to do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.